Hey everybody, Brian here at the Butcher Shop. I want to thank you first of all for watching this video. Today we're going to make for you a pork porchetta. If you don't know what that is a pork belly, skin on, with a boneless pork loin laid and breaded inside of it. So we're going to start this process by taking this pork belly and we're going to score the inside of it all the way across. The reason we're doing this is we want to put these lines in here so we can get our seasonings deep down inside the meat, so it's not just on the flavor. That way you get a full flavor experience all the way through. So we're just going to do a nice checkerboard pattern, about an inch apart, and open that up like so. Okay, so now that we have this scored, we're going to add our first of our simple seasonings. We're going to start with a little kosher salt. We're just going to sprinkle this kosher salt all across this pork belly. Nice generous. Now it might look like a lot, but it's really not that much. We've got a lot of meat here. This belly is about 10 to 11 pounds. Pork loin that we're going to add is going to be about 5 to 6 pounds, so it's not a lot of salt at all. Next we're going to come in with some garlic. Nice minced garlic. Everybody loves garlic in the pork. Now we're going to take that salt and that garlic and rub it deep inside those lines that we put inside. Get that flavor imported deep inside that meat so that as it marinates and as it roasts, that flavor really pops when you get time to eat it. Alright, we're going to set this aside for just a moment. We're going to get our pork loin. Nice boneless pork loin here. We're going to trim this guy up a little bit. Get rid of the fatty tail. Heavy fat across the back. We've got plenty of fat in our pork belly, so we don't need this extra fat on our pork loin. So for those of you that are still overcooking your pork and making it dry, you don't have to do that. Pork doesn't have to be cooked like it did back in the day. You can finish your pork off at 145 degrees, it's still fully cooked. Alright, we're going to take this pork loin, we're going to open it up. Basically butterfly the length of it. And that process that we do with the pork belly, we're going to do with the pork loin also. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Salt Bay guy out there. I'm not quite as cool as him, so we're just going to do it right out of the box instead of off my arm. Again, we're going to apply this nice garlic and salt inside this pork loin. So here at the Butcher Shop, we take the finest, freshest quality seasonings along with the freshest meat and we toast it. So we're going to take these seasonings, we're going to toast them on this pan for medium height for about a minute or two until you feel a nice fragrant aroma come off. And then we're going to let them cool, and when they cool we're going to take and put those in a spice mill and grind them up. So here's our seasonings after we've ground them up in the spice mill. Now we're going to go ahead and apply these to this. And those seasonings consist of some fennel, a little bit of red chili pepper, some hand-rubbed sage, and then we're going to top that off with a little bit of fresh rosemary for you. Now keeping that theme with getting that meat rubbed in there, it's just like when you rub a prime rib or anything else. You really want to apply that seasoning deep down inside that meat and let it penetrate in for you. Now as you can see, we have a nice, generous, even covering all the way across. So that'll keep the flavor profile even all the way through. Okay, we're going to take some fresh rosemary now. We're going to sprinkle that in. Give that nice earthy tone to go with our flavoring. it's really starting to come together nice. Fresh rosemary in there. Now the secret ingredient, 1 orange. We're going to take this orange. After we peel it, we're going to slice it really thin. We're going to lay this orange in between the pork belly and also the pork loin. Have a nice citrus taste to go with that nice earthy tone. It's going to just explode in your mouth with flavor. The reason we slice these really thin like this is to give you a nice even disbursement. We're not trying to get a whole lot of orange in here, just a nice accent of it. If you try to put the slices in there, they're going to be periodically throughout the pork loin and the pork belly. This gives it a nice even bed all the way across. It gets that flavor profile to soak into all that meat. Alright, so now that we've applied all of our seasonings, we got the pork loin inside the pork belly. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up literally by tying some string around it and making a log out of this thing. So I always like to start in the middle so that I can get my baseline set. So we're going to take this and fold it. Fold the loin back up. And take this pork belly, wrap it around that loin. Tie this guy up. Try to keep the strings about 1 inch to 1.5 inches apart from each other. Gives it a nice, tight, uniform, symmetrical roll when we're all said and done here. I work from the center towards each end, alternating from side to side, just so I can keep the uniformity of this together. Okay, now that we have the roast all tied up, we've garnished it with some extra rosemary on top, just a little aesthetic appeal, a little extra flavor. But now it's all tied up, we're going to go ahead and knock this section off here. Go ahead and let you see what the inside of it looks like now that it's all rolled together. So there's the center of that. Got the nice pork loin in the center. There's your orange slice there. Garlic and seasoning all around. Real nice lean pork belly. Sometimes bacon can be a little fatty, but this is an exceptional piece of meat right here. Got the skin on. So when you guys actually roast this at home, this skin is going to go ahead and get a nice golden brown crackling. Some people really like to eat it, some don't, but it's got a fantastic flavor. The skin's going to get really nice and crisp. It's going to encase all that juice and flavor inside the roast so it doesn't bleed out while you're cooking it and help import that flavor deeper inside the meat. So if you'd like to have one of these porchettas from the butcher shop, just give us a call. A day or two ahead of time is plenty. We'll prepare one fresh for you that day. Make your next dinner party a hit. Make all your friends wonder how you became such a great cook. Let the butcher shop make it easy for you.